For a limited time, Advanced Hair Restoration is offering special financing, $253 hair $250. You can regrow your hair with Advanced Hair. The results are guaranteed. I received Advanced Hair Simple One Directory treatment 2 years ago, and the decision has changed my life. I got more confidence, I got more energy. I've gone far too long without addressing my needs, yet the solution took just one day. Advanced Hair, you always have and will always get the highest standard of care, well above the CDC recommendation, which is especially important now. For your free video conference or in-person consultation, call 425-449-8185. And for a limited time, receive special financing, 250 free grafts at $250 off. That's 425-449-8185 or advancedhair.com. Talk Inside. Brought to you by DivorceLawyersForMen.com. With Stacey Ross. The Seahawks signed free agent defensive tackle Damon Harrison ahead of their Week 5 game against the Vikings. Harrison isn't on the active roster right now, but there's a chance he could play. It all depends on what Carroll sees in practice. Let me see what practice will first. I don't know. Let's see what it looks like to run around. Learning the defense, maybe he'll be fine. He's a really smart football player. That's not going to be his problem.
What's up, guys?
What's up, girl?
Hi.
What's that noise? Somebody out there, something on? What's up, Keith?
What's up?
You.
Where's your video, girl?
I'm so
Oh,
busy.
there you are.
Hi, guys.
You're up at
Hello.
the breakfast place.
I'm upstairs.
Yeah.
Upstairs. What's going on? Let me straighten out my clothes here. I look like I'm dressed. Woo! I am busy. What's up with you? I mean, you can't be busier than Keith here.
It's busy out there, folks.
It's busy out there. What's up, Walter? You're
Hey,
on my
how's it going?
good. You're on my list.
That's cool. I know you got you been saying. I know you're busy, so just get it to when you can.
Yeah,
I'm
I
just gonna
got
listen.
you.
I'm just gonna listen in today to see if I can pick up something.
Right on. Walter's got a beautiful home over there in like the Mount Baker area that he let me come visit. That was cool. So what's going on? Stimulus talks are back on. If you haven't heard, if anybody hasn't heard. What's up new with you, Keith?
Trying to keep my hair intact. That's all.
Same shit, different day?
Yeah, it's busy out there. It's very busy. Lots of fun times. I think we've reached the point in the market that escalations now are being seen and by appraisers as possibly too hot. So I've seen a lot more from down to Olympia up to Bellingham. I've seen a lot more appraisals come in low as a region. So just keep that in mind.
Very good tip. I have like 3 coming on, and I would expect they would probably all go over the list. But you know, for all you real estate brokers or investors out there working with real estate brokers, there's a very easy way to handle that problem, which is to use, you know, the forms that allow, you know, where the buyer pays any shortfall. You write that into your contract from the beginning. Yep. So there is no question about arm wrestling about it later. If you guys are not aware of what I'm talking about, it's the 22 AD. But regardless if you use that or not, you want to make sure when you're accepting offers these days, don't just look at the price. You got to call all the lenders and you got to say, what's the strength of this buyer, your borrower, and, you know, are they tapped out? And an indication is of whether they're tapped out or not. Sometimes, at least a first look indication is how much earnest money they're putting down. You know, if they're putting down a week earnest money, that doesn't necessarily mean they don't have cash, but it's a good red flag for you to be paying attention to. You know, if somebody's putting down, you know, in the Seattle area, we're used to seeing anywhere from $25,000 to $50,000 on just a standard deal for earnest money these days. Somebody puts down 10, that's not too hot, right? Out in Tacoma or Snohomish County, it might be a little different. There you go. So what's going on? Anybody have any, anything they need help with this week? What's up, Walter? What are you up to? Haven't seen you for a while. I remember you. Can you hear us? You can unmic yourself if you can. What is everybody doing? What are you guys working on? What do you need help with? Anything? Because I'm going to jump off early today for an appointment about 12:15.
I've actually been working right now with a first-time investor, and he's trying to find something like single family in the King County area. And we've been kind of struggling, so I wanted to reach out and see if anybody had anything that is coming up for sale or any tips on how to find better properties out in this area.
What's he looking for? Like a house hack type of thing, or?
More like a single family rental. He currently has like his own home. He kind of rents out a room in it. So he's doing that right now, but he's buying a full-on new property that he wants to rent out. But I'm telling him it's kind of tough to find a single family rental that cash flows in like King County, especially in Seattle. So I've just been trying to work different angles, but he's pretty set on keeping it in King County, maybe like Southern Snohomish. But yeah, I've been just trying to find something for him. And
is he interested in doing any improvements to a property?
He actually has his like full 9 to 5 at Microsoft, so he just kind of wants some easy cash flow to put his money into. So been trying to find something that might be a good fit, probably like a townhome or something.
Yeah, I actually have one right now that I'm going on an appointment on with one of the guys on my brokerage team. Just we're doing a little tag along, and I'm running the numbers. It's out in Marysville, and I'm going. You guys who are VIPers with Richard out to Marysville. One of his. So I have a bankruptcy attorney on my team, and he gets these bankruptcy deals. He's also a real estate broker, so kind of a nice transition thing we have going on there, and then I'm helping him out. But it looks like this townhouse in Marysville would be a good, definitely a good situation for somebody to pick up and as a rental, especially with these low rates, but that's too far for you. I have some other stuff in like South Snohomish, Seattle address, King County. I have one. But I think if the guy doesn't want to do any work, there needs to be about probably 50 grand of work. Plus there's an additional detached building that could be a dadu. But if he doesn't want to do that, then this ain't for him.
Is the Marysville one pretty... What's that, Keith?
Can you send me the South Seattle address, Julie? I'm interested in that.
Not South Seattle, it's North Seattle, you know.
Oh, I thought you said South Seattle.
No, North Seattle, South, I think I mistakenly said South King. I meant, he said South Snohomish, and that tipped me off because we're right at the border of Snohomish and King. But we are on the King County side.
I did hear about two that were in the South Park area, if you're interested, Keith. A triplex and a duplex, I believe, in like the 500s.
Yeah.
I can send those over to you if you want.
Yeah, please do.
I also have one that I just signed the seller representation agreement on it yesterday, which is in Shoreline 98155 is the zip code on the east side of I-5. And it is a house that needs a full remodel. It's about a 2,000 square foot house with a unfinished basement with good enough tall ceilings down there, but nice, big, huge lot. And the neighbor across the street has built an entire second house on the property, a dadu, right, on the property. So I signed my seller representation agreement yesterday evening, and then immediately walked across the street and knocked on the door of that owner across the street and said, would you like to buy your neighbor's house? So we'll see what happens there. But if anybody's interested in any type of, you know, renovation in Dadu, it's shoreline. So I need to double check the, you know, owner occupancy rules I think are still in effect for owner occupancy on Dadu. So you know, you either use it for yourself and family, or I think Shoreline's up next to have the, Shoreline is up next, I believe, to have the changes to allow, and I would guess they're going to remove the owner occupancy requirement like they've recently done in Kirkland, Berrien, Kenmore, right? And I hear Snohomish County's up next, if you saw that post that I put in Seattle Investors Club.
Is that all of Snohomish or just?
The article, if you read it, said, you know, Snohomish.
So the town of Snohomish?
No, I mean,
like would Everett be included in that?
Yeah, if it's in Snohomish County, I think so. We have to reread that article, which mentioned it. It's right. I posted it in VIP and Seattle Investors Club. It's the one that talks about Kirkland and Kenmore. So really, I am like creating my own, everything seems to be changing, you know, for the better a little bit in that regard for investors, because otherwise you're limited to Seattle for, you know, your stuff because of the owner occupancy requirement. If you ever wanted to, you know, house hack and move on or something like that. But Berrien, Kirkland, Seattle, Kenmore, all removing the owner occupancy requirement. Kenmore has, as far as I read, I'm not the expert yet, you have to live there for a consecutive, owner occupied for a consecutive 6 months, but there you go. Some stuff to be paying attention to, right? What's up, Dion? Unmic yourself.
Morning.
Morning. Hey guys, we have a little rising star here. A little bit of this guy, Dion McNeely, I want to introduce you to our new friend. Joe and I just dropped a kick-ass podcast with him. Did it come out, or I don't know? I don't pay attention that hard. Did it come out today? Do you know?
I was looking for it. I haven't seen it yet.
Okay. Must be coming out today, tomorrow, with our man here, Dion McNeely, that you guys are going to love. And at the same time, Bigger Pockets just did a big thing with him that came out today too, right?
Right up, yeah.
You should, if you have a hold of that thing, Dion, you should drop it in the chat, that Bigger Pockets article they did on you. Let everybody take a look at that.
I can do that. No, I was super happy to come, and I think I'd mentioned it a little bit before the podcast, is everyone that I've listened to that you've interviewed is like an agent or a broker, or they've done 100 deals, or they're tens of millions of dollars of deals. And you guys were talking about it here a minute ago. I do house hacking. I buy small multifamily. I'm looking for a small multifamily. Right now, I'm mostly in Pierce and Thurston County. I've got like 3 offers out right now. And I'm really hoping to network here and learn from you guys.
Pick up some more units. Yeah. Well, you need to listen to more of our podcasts, because we certainly definitely have people on that are, we had a series on there called My First 3 Deals. We're actually looking for more people to, if you guys want to recommend anybody to me to be on that podcast series about my first 3 deals. They're funny, hilarious, sad, and entertaining and educational all at the same time on that. But yeah, you guys listen to, I basically had to step away at the end of Dion's podcast here because I got all teary. I got all girly and I
felt horrible. I was like, what did I do wrong? What's going on?
No, I was moved with your story. So I want everybody to know, to be looking for that. It's a good one. And we also yesterday, speaking of really great stories, recorded a podcast with Cody Davis. Do you guys know Cody? 20 years old with 24 units. 20 years old with 24 units. Local Tacoma young man. Do you know him, Dion? Oh, you guys should get to know each other too.
No, the name sounds familiar, but I don't think I've met him.
That's going to be a good one that'll drop in a few weeks. But before we get to know Dion a little bit better or anything like that today, so we don't suck up all the time, What, does anybody have anything they need help with? Anything before we change subjects?
Hey, Julie, it's Darren. We're getting close to listing our house on Gold Bar. Does anybody know or have contacts for good brokers out there, local brokers?
I do. I have a broker on my team that lives in Sultan, if you're interested.
Yeah. What's the name?
Her name's Alicia Ballard. I can
Ballard.
connect you guys.
That'd be cool. You'd be amazed at what we've done with that little pig that we bought.
Oh man, I can't wait to see it. Oh, I'm sure you're gonna crush it out there. I'm sure it's gonna be great. I can't wait to see it. Anybody else have anything they need help with?
Is there any construction people out there? I need to get the floor plan for the house. And I've been emailing back and forth to the city of Seattle, and we can't seem to get on the same page of what I want. They sent me a map of the outside, how the sewer comes to the house. I need the floor plans of the electrical, where the electricity runs and where the plumbing runs. Prior to COVID, you just go down to the city of Seattle and you could talk to someone until you got what you want. But now, I was told there's some link, there's some way. Does anyone know the link, or how do the city keeps sending me links, they're not quite the right one. Is there a link, a title of a person that I could call and leave a message for so they can send me the exact link to figure out the plans for the house? I know they're there because the plans for every house in the city of Seattle is in their database.
We got you right here. Justin's here for you.
Okay.
You're looking for the public records of the plans of the house? Is that what you're looking for?
Yes, exactly. That's what I think I am. I'm not quite sure because I've never tried to pull over the city of Seattle.
Sounds like
Pierce County is much easier.
You're looking for the plans in order to do what?
In order to get a bid for plumbing and electrical. We want it, the electrical in the basement was not wired. It was wired by my dad. It's not wired properly. And the plumbing, we want to add a bathroom and a kitchen. So we know where the outtake line is, but they need to know where the plumbing is inside the house so they can hook up to it versus, they need to know where to punch a hole in the concrete to hook up to the outtake line, to the line that's going to the outtake line inside the house. So you know where to drill.
Yeah, I don't. So there's two things. You can Google Seattle. Sewer card. The Seattle sewer card, and you'll be able to pull up by address the different sewer cards, and they'll show you approximately where it comes, like what side of the house, and if it's like in the middle or the left or right or wherever. But they're not going to have the exact spot on the plans, because if you have the building plans, you frame it up and you follow all the guidelines, all that kind of stuff. But the plumbers go in there and they look at. They don't have like as far as like where a window or like an outlet or a kitchen, that kind of stuff goes, where exactly the plumbing is going to go, because they have to work around the framing and other things. And so the plumbing, a lot of times they go into the house and they figure out, okay, this is the best place to put the drain line or the water lines, and then they just connect it to where the main sewer line is connected. So you can Google the sewer card to find out kind of where it's coming in, but a lot of that.
I have that, Matt. We know where it's coming in and where it's going out. We just don't know inside the house where it is. So
yeah, the building plans aren't going to show you that, and that's going to be. You'll need to have the two things. One, a plumber is going to be able to pull that permit, and they'll do some exploratory stuff. You can get someone to do a excuse me, a sewer scope, and they can, where the camera is, they have like a little detector, kind of like a metal detector, and they'll be able to tell you which direction and where all the lines run, and they'll be able to mark it for you.
Okay, so they run that scope internally in the house and just see where it goes.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, they'll pull a toilet, or if you have a clean out, they'll run it through the clean out, or wherever it is that you need to.
Right, there's a clean out line. We know where the clean out exit line is. I know where that is. So they can just run a little camera up that to find out where all this stuff is.
Yeah, and then and they'll be able to take the little tracer thing or whatever you call it. The
Yeah. Okay,
detector.
that's an idea. I would call. I have a buddy that works in the city land use. He's the attorney for them. He probably won't know physically, but at least he may know someone that can help me with it. So
yeah, just get a plumber. You're not, the city of Seattle's not going to find, they're not going to have the information you're looking for.
okay. Well, I talked to the
Moving on.
plumber.
Woo! Take
The
it off.
plumber is the one telling me to get the plans. So I keep going emailing them back and forth too. So I'll figure it out somehow. I thought someone may have just a quick where to go click and it'll pop, because in Pierce County you can do that, or you used to be able to do
We're
that.
gonna move on, Walter. We gotta move on, brother. We're
Okay.
gonna move on. So
Move on, that's cool.
move on. So we're gonna take up all the time here today. Sorry, guys, I'm being the police. All right, what else we got? Sorry, thank you, Justin. I appreciate that.
Yeah, thanks, Justin. That was helpful.
Anybody else? What's up, everybody? Samant, what's going on? You got any rentals available? Hello.
Yeah,
What's going down?
I don't know what's happening with my, I can hear you barely, and I think it's just my speaker. But yeah, business is good. Getting few rentals. Have still having the hard time in renting out the condos, but single families are really flying off the shelf. People are paying over the asking price in a good areas, and so yeah, getting another one. I'm showing today. Seattle. There's condo coming up in West Seattle. One house in Edmonds with the ADU behind it, and that's something we are debating. Are we gonna lease it separately in Edmonds, or are we gonna lease it all together? We lease it all together, the rent goes up dramatically, so we limit ourselves from who's gonna be leasing out that space from us. So
Right.
work in progress. Business is going as usual.
You know what I was
the growth-
thinking? Let me know if you guys, what do you guys think about this idea? I was thinking about this because of my own selfish needs, which are oftentimes I need rentals for, some of the sellers that I'm working with or whatever. And I was thinking about starting a thread like every, Tuesday or something like that in Seattle Investors Club. You know how like in Wari, Jan will have his thread of, whatever he calls it, thirsty for progress, right? And everybody gets to say what they're, working on or brag what they're working on, right? I was thinking of starting something like that in Seattle Investors Club, but every Tuesday or something like that, have everybody post their available rentals. Something like that. Like every Tuesday, if you have a rental available, post it in this thread, because it's hard to find them oftentimes, especially these houses and stuff, right? What do you think about that? What do you think, Samant?
I think that will be a great idea. So especially as an agent, right? It's very hard to, it doesn't make much money for the agents, and they end up spending too much time on them. So if we have a thread going on, they know who to contact, and they can skip the line and might be able to show their property, and they definitely know that it is available. They might be just if the client likes it, they can just take it off the shelf right away.
Well, not everything gets listed. I know, some of my property management company friends don't always post what's available on the MLS.
Yeah, we don't. Yeah, we are skipping. We are putting on MLS just to skip the Zillow as of right now. We know we don't want to spend the $3 a day on Zillow, but yeah, we are doing off marketing.
Is that the new Zillow fee, $3 a day?
Yeah, it's like no, it's not $3 actually. I think it's $1. It's almost $2. Yeah, it's $2 a day, and you have one property sitting, especially the condos. They sit on an average of month, that's $60, and that's just one. And for me, like condos are sitting way longer. I don't want to spend $400 or $500 just on Zillow advertising. So I'm using MLS for those. But for the single family housing, they just really goes off the shelf. I just put them on a regular websites, do Facebook marketing, and people just come. So.
Right. I just think it would be cool to have one day a week where everybody just slams in. Could be random people. It doesn't have to be property managers like you that end up having rentals available wherever it might be, even if it's in Kitsap or anywhere else, right? I don't know. I might try it and see what happens. See if there's any value in it. Feels like there should be, right?
No, yeah, definitely we can. I can
What do you think, Keith?
read on that.
Yeah? Okay. What else is going on, guys? Jack, you want to?
Communication,
What's that?
communication isn't a bad thing.
Right. Right. Well, you know what also would be helpful to know is sometimes, you know, what's a high demand that I would have? And again, this is just selfish, is I need, you know, I like to push sellers out of the house and get out of the way. So I try and get them out of the house when I'm listing their house, because it's actually better for them. Their house will sell for, I'd say, even up to 10% more. I mean, it's amazing what just a vacant house does compared to an occupied home, access wise, you know, it's easier to clean up and all that other stuff. So, you know, there needs to be like if there was a great way to have a gap solution that didn't necessarily have to be Airbnb, you know, like maybe sometimes you might have, maybe Samant, maybe with your townhomes that are sitting, for example, I'm just making this up right now, guys, that they might be willing to take a short-term rental, even if they were able to charge a premium because they're going to have a hard time renting their place, right? And some of these people where we need to get them moved out, whether we're investors or brokers, investors, or whatever, that would just, again, it goes back to the Tuesday thread. You know, maybe I create like a little standard format, like market if you'll accept short term for a premium or something. You know what I mean? And just have like a little template that everybody fills out the exact same information, the exact same way about what they're posting every week on Tuesdays of what's available and whether they'll allow short term or not. You know, you get what I'm saying? Because I need that. I always have people looking. What do you think, Samant?
Worth the try for sure.
Okay.
Let's keep it simple. So, you know, it's just like 4 or 5 tabs, not too many.
No,
Because
not tabs, just like when you post in this format, you know, you don't have to tell the address. You don't tell the address, just say it's in, you know, wherever, Federal Way, right? Or it's in the whatever neighborhood, you know, and 3 bedrooms, 2 baths. You don't have to get, you know, we'll keep it simple. Maybe I'll run it by you and see what you think. And you can bless off on if you think the little mini format is good. You know, I'm not trying to get complicated here, but cool, man. That's cool. That's awesome. What else is going on, guys? Anything else going on?
You asked Julie. I just want to say hi. I'm just kind of sitting in and watching today.
Hi, Jack. I owe you a call. I'm gonna get in the car and drive to Marysville. I'll call you.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
Hey, with our current governor allowing open houses again.
Yeah, we're good.
But only 5 people at a time.
Plus you, 5 plus the broker.
Right. Has anyone thought about how to manage that? Because I know in the open houses, I like to, you know, be a salesperson, right, and talk about all the great features and how amazing of a realtor I am and all that kind of stuff.
I think they're suggesting that maybe you tag team it and have somebody at the door.
Right, but another realtor is going to want to talk to people too. But maybe if there's a line outside, they get a chance to discuss. That'll be really interesting.
That's where you tap into VIP.
Get
brother.
your lender.
Yeah, your lender. Good one, Keith. Very good. Say that what you're saying, Keith. Good tip.
Now I'll sit outside your front door and take names, Justin.
I don't think many people show up when they see you outside, though.
Ouch. Ouch, man.
So Keith's talking about the fact that he's you know, a lender, a conventional lender, and that he could be out there pre-qualifying the crowd before he tees them up for Justin. Keith, you and I did that, remember, over in West Seattle. Remember my auction house? That was fun.
Yeah. Yeah, you got to team up with somebody, or you have to kind of like shepherd them through. And to your point, Justin, you can't stand there and have a really deep conversation with them. So what do you do if you got people out the door?
Well, I know who's on board, you know, VIP people are on board with that, Justin. So, I mean, I got Joanna covering my stuff even this weekend because she's awesome.
What if you put together a texting platform that, you know, you can only have one group in the house at a time, So please stay in your car, and you put this out in front. Please stay in your car, and we will text you. Let us know when you get there. So text us when you get there. So now you got their information, right? And then we'll text you when you can come into the house. Has anybody built anything like that yet?
That's a great idea because then you got their contact information.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's a good one. Yeah, you could just say, give me your number. You can stay in your car and I'll text you. That's a good one.
Yes.
Good one. I know that's not what you meant. You meant something actually even more like a little platform, but being old school and dorky about it and just saying like, hey guys, do the rules. Go ahead, let me get your number and I'll text you when, you can go wait in the car or whatever. That's a ninja.
I mean, it's my sushi place, right? They don't let you in the door, right? They say text us when you're here and let us know what your order number was, and we'll bring it out. Right?
That's the Ballard Market. Yeah, does the same. Good
I stole
idea.
that from my sushi place.
That's a good idea on how to collect info. I also was telling just on the collecting buyer info type of stuff. I told Joanna that, I have a pre-inspection available on one of my houses, and go tell everybody about it and ask them if they'd like to have a copy of it right there and get their contact information. They probably won't even think about it. They'll say, yeah, let me have it. And then you'll get their information. Another tip. Anybody else? Investor stuff. What else we got here? Who's looking for deals and where are you looking for those deals? Samant says, anyone interested in investing in the Denver market? What do you got out in Denver?
No, not interested. I just want to know about that market. I found one of my previous partners who I used to invest with in Massachusetts. He is actively looking in Denver, so he's asking me if I want to join on his deals. So I just wanted to see if anybody have any background to tell me, something like what is something to look for out there.
I think Denver is similar to the Seattle market. It's super hot market. Out in Denver, very competitive. I don't know what the price points are, but I think that we've definitely had in the past, some Denver investors, some big time, big production wholesale people out of Denver. If you've ever heard of Clear Sale, those guys are out of Denver. And I think the markets are, I think it's hot there. You know what I mean? I don't think you're going to get a deal.
Okay. Thank you.
But, I don't really know. So who might know is Jennifer Beatles, right? I'm not the expert on Denver. She might know.
Well, she's in South Dakota now, so.
Weren't you out there, Jack, or were you in Dallas? Jack Burns.
I was in Dallas.
Yeah. What else? Walter, what are you up to? Can you hear me and unmic yourself? I just like saying your name, so I'm going to say it a few more times.
Okay, that's okay. It's a good name. I'm just basically waiting for you and Keith and trying to get, like I was saying before, trying to get that plumbing and electrical. I do have some other resources, so I'm going to use those. My issue is I'm not hiring an electrical contractor or a plumbing contractor. I'm just hiring workers. So I got to do all this myself. I can't ask the contractor to do it because I don't want to pay them. So I'll figure it out. So, but I have to get those plans. You got my email, right? With the two properties to scope for me. Yeah, I figured you did. So I'll just wait. I'm just waiting back for you guys. Take your time. Don't rush, but don't forget about me either. So yeah. So
Joanna is on top of me on that too. So let's go on here. So Dion is looking for small multifamily in Pierce or Thurston counties. Samant, you guys going down to Thurston with your biz? Unmic yourself. Are you guys in Thurston?
Yeah, I got few properties over there, but I'm looking for a property manager down south who can help me out to grow that way. I got 16 units so far, four fourplexes.
In Thurston?
Yeah.
Okay. So Dion here. Dion, meet Samant.
Dion, are those ones you're planning on keeping or ones you're looking to sell?
That's for you, Samant.
I'm sorry, just one moment. I don't know what's happening with my computer today.
So Dion, he's a property manager. So he's good for you to have a relationship with, maybe not necessarily to manage your properties, but maybe, you know, opportunities that he might come across through his property management biz for you.
Cool. I'll message you in the chat.
Sounds good. Jenny Moore, meet Dion. He's looking for properties. You buying Kitsap at all or not?
I probably would. I haven't found any yet. Everything I've found over the bridge is people are really proud of it, I guess. Just goes for too much.
Well, it's a good place to buy if you're looking. We just need to, know kind of what you're looking for.
Yep.
Okay. If you want, I'll put an email in the chat. If you could email me, then I'll send you like what my criteria are.
Yeah, love it. You bet.
Good stuff. What else is happening, guys? Anything else that we need to talk about? We'll skip talking about the debates last night. Well, although we do need to talk about one thing relating to the debates. Was it funnier than shit when that fly landed on Pence's head? Did you guys see that? We were laughing so hard. It was so funny. I mean, we literally went up to the TV to try and like see if it was, for real or not.
I'm looking forward to Saturday Night Live to see how they.
Oh man. Oh yeah. That's right. The Saturday Night Live is going to be hilarious on that stuff. So that's a good one right there.
I'm disappointed that our local governor debate was on at the same time as vice presidency, so no one really saw it.
Yeah, I did see like a little tail end of that, but we're not talking politics here, so we're going to move on. Moving on. Anything else, guys? Anybody want to add anything or talk about anything today? I don't want to like keep you all on here if nobody has anything to share or wants or needs, anything like that. We don't always have to stay on for an hour just because we're here when we're all so busy. Yeah. Anything? Anybody? Let's see what's out there in the chat. Oh, I heard about this cool thing I'll share with you guys. It is something called, is it Yada? Let me just look on my phone here. There's this there's this banking system thing. Trying to find it here on my phone real quick. Yada, YOTTA, Yada Savings. I guess in other countries like India, maybe Africa, something like this, that this type of reward banking system has really taken off. What they do is, I'm learning more about it now. I just downloaded it on the app onto my phone, but it basically gives away prizes. Check it out, Yada Savings. Let me see if I can find it and put it up for you guys, and I'll put it in the chat. But they give rewards, like you deposit money and they randomly give these rewards. It's like, how like kids and people are addicted to getting rewards and prizes and stuff like that. Well, this Yada Savings, they've passed like I don't know how many rounds of like Y Combinator financing and stuff like this, that this might actually become a thing here in the US. And I'm telling you about this really, really early. I think I'm going to like drop $5,000 in there and see what happens, just to see what happens. But I'm going to see if I can post it. I don't know how to explain it very well right now, but I found it kind of this interesting thing from some of the finance guys that I listen to. Let me see if I can pull it up. Yada Savings. And you guys can check it out. This is the kind of dork stuff that I look at in the morning. I like to listen to all this finance and stuff like that, all these weird startup-y type things. I'm going to drop it in the chat because I find it interesting. So I want to share it with you guys, to everyone. Check this out when you get a chance, and I'll move on from there. What's up, Israel? Thanks for joining us late here in the show.
It's been quite a busy day, let me tell you.
Well, let's tell first of all who you are, because we want to make sure we give a shout out to our sponsor of all things good, which is Certain Lending. And Israel is with Certain Lending, which is one of our favorite, or not one of, our favorite, Seattle Investors Club, absolute favorite hard money lender that has also long-term products. And so go ahead, Israel, say hello to everybody.
Hey everyone. So yeah, as Julie mentioned, I'm with Certain Lending. We provide asset-based loans, essentially short-term solutions for flips or BRRRRs, and also long-term rental financing. And we're in 42 different states. So if you have any questions about any specific scenarios, feel free to jump on our website, create a quick portfolio, sign up, and our application is 5 minutes long, and we'll get in touch with you.
So what kind of, so Dion, if you haven't, do you know Certain Lending, Dion? Do you know about them?
I don't know, but I'm over here taking notes.
Okay. So Israel, what's the 30-year product for rentals?
So our 30-year product, we underwrite for cash flow. It's debt service based. So we want to see a 1.25 debt service coverage ratio. And you may be asking yourself, well, how's that different from a 30-year conventional loan? Typically, conventional loans underwrite for debt to income. So they'll look at your tax returns and how much you gross on a monthly basis. We care about how much the property itself is cash flowing. And so we won't ask for tax returns. We won't ask you for pay stubs, none of that. We just care that the asset itself is able to sustain itself 25% above its monthly debt service.
And do you do that for small multifamily? Because normally I've only found lenders that do that for 5 units or more.
Great question. So we only do it for 1 to 4 units.
Oh, then can you message me your contact info, please?
Yeah.
Thank you.
There you go, Dion. That's a thank you for coming on the show. Appreciate it. Good stuff, guys. Yeah. Certain Lending, guys. If you know what we love about Certain Lending is if you have a deal, and you should run it by them to see what kind of loan you can get, because they're helpful, not just on looking at a loan they can do for their own bottom line business, but they'll point you in the right direction. Because we're all, the great part about Seattle Investors Club and WARI and really all of us, real estate at work and our friends over there, is that we all share. We're a big sharing community, cross collateralization of sharing. That's what we do. So that's why we love Certain Lending, because they know who to tell you to call if they're not going to be the best deal for you. And that is, who gets that? Who gets to call somebody and, know that they're looking out for your best interest, right? That's the kind of people we want to surround ourselves with here. So right on. Anything else you want to add, Israel?
Huge shout out to Flynn Family. They're also a great lender locally here in Washington. They're able to do creative stuff that we aren't able to do. And more often than not, we end up partnering up together to save deals for clients. So we just funded a deal within 3 days with Flynn Family Lending coming in with a second, and we came in with the first lien.
Do you know about those guys, Dion? Flynn Family Lending? Oh my God, your whole world just changed today. You got to unmic yourself. Unmic yourself.
No, normally what I've done is gone to Fairway Mortgage, Wells Fargo, and Twin Star and compared their rates and let each one see their rates. And then whoever was willing to beat the other ones is where I went. But it's all just traditional 30-year based on my debt to income.
Oh man, you're going to like Flynn Family Lending because they will cross collateralize your properties and they'll go in second positions and stuff. So if you have equity in any of your properties and you've been trying to raise money, a pile of cash to buy your next one to have your whatever down you need, they can probably help you right away. All right. Good stuff, guys. Dave Billings, what are you on the moon? What's going down, brother?
Yeah, just a little space cadet here today.
Right on, right on. Well, I'm getting ready to wrap up because I need to go to an appointment. Anybody else have anything they want to add? John Kim, hi. Calling you out like a school teacher. Can you hear me? Can't see you, but I can see your name. Nope. A little shy today. Not really looking, not really listening. That's okay. Brendan, what's up with you?
Hi. Yes,
Hi.
I'm new to the group. This is my first meeting. I'm not an investor, but I'd like to be.
Excellent. You're in the
So
right.
I'm just here to learn, absorb, follow some links, get some ideas.
Well, the first thing you need to do is read Dion's, what he dropped into the chat.
Yeah, I opened it. It looks great.
Yeah, and then we're going to follow that up tomorrow with a podcast. For those of you who don't know it, I host a podcast show weekly with my partner Joe Bauer. It's called The Nuts and Bolts of Real Estate Investing, and you can grab that right off the Seattle Investors Club website. Would be awesome is if you guys would join and subscribe to our YouTube channel for Seattle Investors Club and join our Meetup group so we can chat at you a little bit more and let you know when we have cool stuff going on. We are definitely a smaller online community on the Seattle Investors Club Facebook page than WARI, but I also allow links. So there you go. You can post whatever you want. If I don't like it, I'm going to delete it, but don't no salesy shit. Don't post your listings or anything. Don't post your, I'll delete it. I delete stuff and I don't tell people when I delete it. I just delete it. So, but feel free to post your deals on there, and any great information that you want to share would be great on there. So forth.
I do have a silly question.
Yeah.
Which is, does it cost money to join your group?
It's the Facebook page is absolutely free. We do have an annual membership on Seattle Investors Club, but during COVID, we're kind of just rolling it here with this online community, this meetup here weekly, every week at 11:30, and it's free right now.
Beautiful.
COVID. Normally we charge an annual membership fee, a measly $220 a year is what we charge for that. So that's what you get there. Anybody else? Anybody have any real estate tidbits, questions before I jump off? And you guys are welcome to stay on. I don't know if I jump off, if that means anything, because Joe started it. So we'll see what happens when I jump off.
Julie, have you mentioned Fixated 60-day challenge at all?
No, go ahead. Yeah, mention that.
So Fixated on Real Estate is a local real estate company here based out of Sammamish, I think. They're big gung-ho guys doing a lot of stuff, a lot of volume, a lot of bird deals, but essentially
They just hosted the biggest conference there could possibly be with like 1,000 people attending, the Pacific Northwest Big Badass Real Estate Expo. Many of you probably heard about that. So Fixated on Real Estate is we'll call it the parent company that is behind that conference, and another great local meetup group, really fixated on fix and flips and burrs and stuff like that. Tarl and Grace Yarber.
Yeah, and they have a 60-day challenge. I think you can sign up until Monday. This will probably be the last time they're doing it. I'll be joining them. It's more of an accountability group for 60 days, just to make sure that you can bounce ideas off of others and attain your goals or try to get closer to them. And it's for new and more seasoned investors as well. So feel free to check it out.
I've heard a lot of people like that, guys. Really helps them get jump started on stuff. Jenny, that might actually be something great for you if you look into it. What's the cost? Is there a cost?
I think it's $450 or $490, something like that.
Good stuff. Good stuff. All right. Yeah, good. Thanks for bringing that one up. If you have any links